Good afternoon. This is our first, what we're calling tea break table chatter with me and Andy at Early War Miniatures. We like to have a brew, whether your brew is tea or coffee. We thought we'd restart the coffee table chatter that was before I moved to the island and call it the tea break table chatter. That may change. What's it all about? Well, basically 10-15 minutes max with us having a chat really over our favourite brews, talking about wargaming, new models under construction, first castings out of a new model, because that's exciting. We've had a delivery from Tom with some new masters.
Which we can't wait to get into. It's like Christmas with these.
Exactly, so we thought we'd share that with you. I'm sorry about the amateurishness of our video making. We hope we'll get a bit better.
It's our first time.
First time, exactly.
Bear with us.
So we're virgins. Anyway, so 6th of July, it's about 1 o'clock now. So yeah, let's do our first one. Yeah, Andy set the timer, which is the old resin timer for...
it's a bit manky, but that's why we've got resin on it.
Exactly. So, yeah, so first of all, nice drop of
buddy.
Yorkshire tea, in this case, if you're listening now, Ken. So, a couple of things. We made a mould yesterday, which was cut this morning, and you probably can't see in great detail, but we've made some new crews, basically, for German half-tracks. Not only half tracks but also the Becker conversion, which is one of Jan Gisber's models I've had for a while. This is the forward command one, which actually when it's finished
that's much better,
more like that, but we've remade it, so now we've got nice new castings for the tracks, the wheel assembly, and a turret hatch, and a nice array of aerials with a crewman. And the light fittings, which are always a bit tricky on these models before, we've actually made a nice separate crisp sprue which has got the castings on, which again you can't really see, but trust me, they are a lot better than when we included them on the model. So for those who want to really kind of do a bit more super detailing on a model, these will be just right. In the mold we also put a little selection of weapons, so I'll move the camera and see if it works. It didn't work too well on the test run, but there's
not too bad.
Yeah, there's submachine guns in there, there's rifles, there's a couple of gas mask cases, there's a few things related that if you want them for vehicles, trucks, etc. So just like these crews, they're really designed to fit backs of trucks, half tracks, that kind of stuff. Now Andy, you want to talk about the Beer Bachtung?
Yes, I've been waiting to get a remaster of this for a little while. The old mould was worn out, and now on our new supercast, it's come out so much more crisper with the tracks included, so you can get that onto the gaming table as quick as possible.
And new figure as well.
New command figure, nicely remastered.
Yeah, sort of pointing, standing there with binoculars, I think he's got in his hand.
He does have binoculars, yes.
And his eyes are very close together, just like all German soldiers should be, according to Captain Mannerin.
That is true. However, it's a nice one-piece casting now. That is how it comes. Don't have to glue the tracks on or anything else. Little slot to put a radio in, front and back. Comes with some
periscopic binoculars.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Goes wrong to there.
Yeah.
Job's done. Nice, easy little kit.
There's also a couple of new designs in the figures we've got for the seated crews, in that we do a nice little wagon with 4 horses. But we've actually now got a nice chap sitting there who can be holding the reins of the horses, and another chap holding his rifle, cocking the bolt and looking nervously around, who makes a great companion to be sat on the wagon cart. So these really are the fruits of a new mould, which we cut this morning.
You did. That was a very quick and easy cut compared to some of the ones you've done of late.
Yeah, it
was. I was quite impressed with that.
Yeah, it did come out. It worked quite well, quite quickly, which is always nice when that happens. The other bit of news, which we did share on someone else's podcast this weekend, is Gisber's models. So my very good friend Jan Gisber's, he has kindly allowed us to make wargaming versions of all of the models in his range of Gisber's models. So not to be confused with the Dembels. Dembels is another range of miniatures that Jan makes. So Gisber's models, of course, carefully mastered by a number of people. One of them is Hans, who's a good friend also. we now can make wargaming versions of these. And although we've have been allowed in the past to do 1 or 2 of those models from the range, so the one-man Cardinal Lloyd tank, for example,
Yes.
amongst a very small number of others, Jan has just so generously allowed us to make as many of these we want to in a wargaming version. And the work has started already, so you see pictures here of a birch gun. And this is the model master which we're going to turn into supercast. It's not fully mounted yet, but when it's fully mounted, we'll get some mould rub around that, and hopefully be getting some pulls out of that early next week.
Hopefully, yes.
And the metalwork has been redesigned. That's actually sitting just out of shot on my table, which doesn't look this tidy normally, I have to say.
No, this is extremely tidy for Paul's work desk. You can actually see the wood, which you can't normally do unless he's cleared it off for our gaming later on.
Indeed. In fact, we have got a game tonight.
We do have a game tonight, which I can't wait.
Yeah. So now I think we decided War at Sea.
Yes, War at Sea.
Yeah.
Because it's a nice day out there, as you can probably see in the background. I know you can't see it on the video, but we do have the British Navy currently going past in a ship.
Yeah, looks like a Type 42 destroyer.
Yeah, definitely a destroyer.
He's quite close in as well, but unfortunately the screen's not focusing too well on the sea out there.
It's a little bit bright down here in the tropics.
It's a beautiful day down here. So there's some nice pictures of what a birch gun will look like when it's finished. And with this version, we're actually making a crew as well.
We are.
Now Andy's got another one,
which I've seemed to have there ready.
Yeah, so we've already made a good start.
Trying to get a decent picture of that.
Yeah, the Burford Kegras. I'll turn the other light on, see if it helps. It may make it
That's
flicker.
a little bit better, actually. A little bit clearer.
Yeah, a little bit clearer. So, again, there's that master. And if you can wave the Burford, or the beginnings of the Burford Kegras, which are...
right, okay.
There we go, yeah, it seems to be better. Up there. See, we're still discovering what's best. Hopefully we'll get more professional as we go forwards, but...
or we won't, whichever.
Yeah, we're just having a brew at the moment, so excuse the odd interruption for us up.
But, yeah, some nice little interwar goodness for those that like a very British Civil War.
Indeed. Now, we've kept this back. We've purposely
Come
not
on.
opened this, so we are going to open...
You know how hard it's not been to open this?
Yeah, it is. It arrived about 11 o'clock via the postman, but we thought... We've been talking about doing these coffee table chatters for
a couple of months at least, if not a little bit longer.
So we're literally doing the reveal, well, live, as in live on this video, of the models. No, Tom Lobley, who is the designer, who sends us these models. Tom, hope you get to watch this, mate. We always look forward to this day. I know when we're on the phone talking to you, it may not sound like we're excited, but we are very excited to see the models you've made.
Oh, can't wait.
And so Tom has now been making, I'll pick some up as well. These are the first Raw Masters of Belgian infantry and Guard Civique for 1914-15, so very early First War. It's a subject that I know Tom has been wanting to make for a little while. Stand them up, Andy. There's a mixture of poses. So Tom, it's one of his subjects that he does like to make some First War models. And for those who've got some of our First War models that he's made in the past, you'll know what they're like. Now he's included Belgians in greatcoats. We've got a Maxim gun team. Yes. We've got 3 riflemen, 3 men with bayonets, a man marching with a rifle slung and 1 open-handed, and a man carrying something on his shoulder or a pack. So now Andy's brought forward... Go on, Andy, tell him about this.
One of our favourite little board games, we generally play on a Thursday evening, which is funny enough today, and we can normally get in 3 games of this in an evening without rushing. Brave Little Belgium. German invasion in 1914 into the Belgian homelands. Great little game. We have, and unfortunately we haven't got anything set up at the moment, but we do actually converted it slightly to play with figures, which we're going to get some of these done for the Guard Civique.
Exactly, these will be just brilliant for the Belgian infantry as well.
They will.
And Tom's we owe him a parcel to go back because he's going to do some conversion work on some of our Polish cavalry, and he uses those as like a dolly to start the master making process. so we can actually do a whole range of Belgian cavalry for 1914 as well.
Excellent. Well, we do need a couple for the game.
We're doing them for the game, and as Andy said, we've converted what would be card playing pieces. We've turned them into miniatures.
Yeah.
And with these, we can get even more elaborate. Maybe even paint them actually as well.
They need to be. I mean, we've got them undercoat, but a proper coat of
Yeah.
paint will make it look really pucker.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate.
Yeah.
So Tom's already done the heads for many of these, which are buried away in my master's drawer. But we've got some initial castings. So we're with the backpack now, and with some rifles, we're in a position to actually begin to make a production mould.
Yeah.
So watch this space. First of many. The dog team that he sent has already been made. That will go in the first production mould with these ones as well.
For those that don't know that, the Belgians had a dog-pulled, I believe it was a Maximum machine gun?
Maxing.
Maxing machine gun.
Talking to dogs, Muttley, here. If you see this little monster, it might appear. Come on, come out.
He's got a monster between his legs.
Hold steady. Yeah, show yourself, dog.
Hey, mind your cake.
I know. Yeah. So Muttley, the workshop dog. Muttley, because he was ginger, or he is ginger. Muttley was ginger, of course. So if you see him wandering around in the background, that's who he is. Well, anything else, Andy, we want to cover?
Oh, well, you had an interesting email the other last week, I believe, for next year.
Oh, yes.
Now, you may want to put that forward so people will be
on the Isle of Wight, the
Isle of
D-Day.
Wight. That's the one.
Well, next year is the 80th anniversary of D-Day, of course. And on the island, they're hoping to help celebrate and pay homage to the veterans who took part in that great battles that started on June the 6th. And so we've been asked by somebody to put on a big display game. And although we won't be featuring the beach assault, we'll be certainly featuring some of the big battles that were fought in the interior, in the bocage.
Yeah.
So featuring some British Churchill tanks, I think.
Oh, definitely the crocodile needs to be there because I want to paint up a couple of those.
Yeah. So chance to get the crocodile out and paint it and storm the bocage using our models basically, which would be nice. And we're hoping maybe in future we're going to feature some pictures from some of the games we play as well.
We do want to be doing that, yes, definitely.
Because just like any other kind of tea break, it's a chance just to chat about what are we playing this week, or what did we play last week, and didn't that go well, or didn't that not go so well?
Yeah.
And I think our last game was the Axis and Allies D-Day game.
That's our last game between us, not counting last week's Shogun.
Shogun, we had a massive battle with Shogun. We had Dave down from Liverpool, Dave, with his friend Chris, and so we had a 4-way battle of Shogun, which was a lot of fun, I think.
Good fun.
Yeah, unfortunately you had to leave before the end, but we declared you the winner because you were strides ahead of all the rest of us.
That's Chris's fault for attacking me in the first turn. If you'd left me alone.
Yeah, Chris, if you're watching, I did warn you in the game before he arrived, just to get you into the game, that what he would do. But part of Over Tea Break just is really just enjoying the game we've played or the game we're about to play, and we wanted to share with you just over a cup of your favourite brew some of the things we're making, some of the things that are ongoing, and hopefully you'll see some of these pictures featured quite soon.
I mean, if we had a little bit more room and a little bit more prepared, we could show you some of the games we have here
Indeed.
to play. However, tonight's
game,
if you can see that, there we go, War Sea.
It's a bloody great game. It's quite old now, from the 80s, I think, this one, Avalon Hill.
A lot of the good games were, though.
Yeah, indeed. So we play this out on the deck, by the bar, looking at the ocean. Hopefully the Navy will come past
I do hope so, that would be good.
and see us again whilst we're battling the Allied and Axis fleets out in the Atlantic this evening.
We may have to get a bottle of rum out for
We may.
top.
We may indeed. Anyway, that's it from us. Again, just the first of our tea break table chatters. We used to call it coffee table chatter. Anyway, tea break table chatter. We may have coffee next time. We don't know.
It depends what time of the day we have it.
Yeah, and so join us perhaps with your favourite brew yourself. And that's it. Cheers. Thanks for joining us.